Had another one last night. They beat the Rockets again, 124-116. 7-game winning streak for the Los Angeles Lakers. Luka dropped 40. LeBron had 30, but here's the trick on LeBron's 30, or the catch on LeBron's 30. 13 of 14 from the floor, 2 of 2 from behind the arc, 6 dunks. Okay? LeBron in March, 7 games played. The team's record, 6-1.
Ooh.
15 field goal attempts or less in every game in March. 34 minutes or less in every game but one that was an overtime win against Denver. The Lakers are the 3 seed. They're a game and a half up on Minnesota. They keep pushing Houston down by beating them, which is a good thing because I think that's the team you want to see in the first round. David Dennis Jr., I blurred out all of these numbers. That tells you what about the Lakers and LeBron right now?
They just keep winning in part because they have been consistent. That's just what it is. Like, part of what's happening is the rest of the Western Conference is falling apart, and the Lakers are just, in a good stride right now. The Rockets are an absolute mess. It was painful to watch them play these last 2 games, especially. Anthony Edwards is hurt. The Nuggets just lost to the Grizzlies last night. The West is sort of a struggle in that murky 4 through 6 area, and the Lakers are playing better right now. Now, my ceiling for them was being out in the first round. I think they can make it to the second round. That's probably the highest ceiling that I'm going to give them right now. But they're kind of doing a lot of the right things. Like, Luka is playing out of his mind. They have figured out that if they put LeBron more in that dunker spot to be more of the Super Saiyan Draymond, which I've been saying at the beginning of the season, I think that makes the most sense for them. Now, defensively, I still have a lot of concerns for them. I still have a lot of concerns about once they're playing every 48 hours come playoff time and some of those matchups. But the Lakers' ceiling has been raised from what I thought it was a couple of weeks ago, which is at least a good thing for them.
And is the ceiling raised because of LeBron's adjusted role? Because of what he is doing to help this Lakers team reach their maximum? I mean, we're seeing a different version of him and therefore a different version of the team, which is resulting in success. It's resulting in wins and wins over some quality teams.
Yeah, I mean, a part of it is LeBron James needing to be everything else than what LeBron James has usually been, which is he needs to be the 3rd best player on a team. He needs to be a guy that disrupts defenses, that, picks off weak side passes, that gets out, in fast break, in transition. Because for all LeBron James' weaknesses at the age of 41, which he is, well inclined to have them, he can still get downhill as well as anybody else. And offensively, when he is catching those alley-oops, when he's in that dunker spot, when he is getting backdoor passes, when he's just a disruptive force on offense and defense and not in control of the ball, that is a significant advantage for this Lakers team.
Let's just define dunker spot for people that may hear that and may not be familiar with that. Basically, that's low block, right? Yep. So he's on the low block. And the reason, David, I wanted to define that for people is when people think about LeBron James's career, they think about, he's always compared to Michael.
Yeah.
The comparison game-wise is more Magic than it is Michael, right? And he's playing kind of a point forward at time with the ability to score. He's the leading scorer in the history of the sport. But what the Lakers are having him do, in some ways, is way more similar to what Miami had him do than Cleveland or the Lakers previously, which is treat him like a power forward. Treat him like someone that is as strong as he is. He is unbreakable in terms of his strength, right? 6'8", 250, 240, whatever he is, chiseled beyond belief, and using that power and that ability to dunk, and he's not the greatest three-point shooter in the world, and they have someone at this point in his career that's better at that point forward than he is, which is Luka. So I think JJ Redick deserves a lot of credit here because whether this was by design or by default or however it happened, they got him to the place that I think, David, is where he's played his best basketball. When he plays more big than he does small. I believe, and I'm biased, I'm a Heat fan, but I think the numbers back me up. The best years of his career were in Miami, like in terms of his basketball. Just basketball. Maybe not his happiness, maybe not the overall success that he had in Cleveland with the second go-around. But I truly believe they have him playing the right position now, and he's playing defense.
Yeah, he is playing defense. He is sort of being, like I said, being disruptive. Like last night, what's kind of sealed the game, one of the things they sealed the game was Luka breaking through some really terrible double teams and just getting the ball, alley-ooping the ball to LeBron James. Or, if LeBron James is going to cut to the basket, there is another guy open for three, whether it is Austin Reeves or somebody. Like, LeBron James is still a guy that is going to demand attention. He's going to demand you keep an eye on him. And to have that as your third guy when Austin Reeves can also still penetrate and get to the basket, when Luka can put up 40, basically a 40-point triple-double, that's formidable for these three guys. Like, offensively, you're going to have to keep up with this Lakers team regardless of what they do defensively. They're going to put pressure on you offensively throughout the entirety of the game, which is going to tire a lot of these defenses out.
Coming up, another beef over whether or not to do your job. All right, the first day of the NCAA tournament, the whole crew is already crushing me because I have said at Miami of Ohio, by the way, 89-79, they beat SMU last night. So is it justified they get in? Yes, they should have gotten in. It was 31-1. Give me a break. They advance. But I have said in the past, and I will reiterate, I'm not as much of a fan of college basketball NCAA tournament upsets on any day but Thursday and Friday of the NCAA tournament of day 1 and 2. So today and tomorrow, I am cool with the idea of upsets. I am not cool with it past Friday. I don't like the Cinderella story. I don't think it's good at all in any way, shape, or form.
Because you like front-running teams? Is that why? Because that is what makes this tournament so special. The unpredictability of it all. The fact that there could be a team like a Butler that seemingly comes out of nowhere and America falls in love with them and they make this improbable run. That is why the tournament is so special. And that's why you hate it?
No, Butler, you could say that now. Like, you could say that then. Butler is not improbable when we look at who was on that team. That was a Cinderella in the moment. I understand that.
We didn't know them. We didn't know the players. We didn't know Brad Stevens. And we fell in love with them.
Yeah, but for Butlers, I could also give you George Mason in 06 getting pummeled by the University of Florida. I could give you other schools that have gone on and made it far. And while it's a fun thing, it has nothing to do with front running. You could make it about me. It's not about me. It's about the idea that the tournament is awesome. It was my favorite sporting event forever growing up, and it's still awesome, right? But I look at this, and I say that after Thursday and Friday, like, have double-digit seeds win today and tomorrow. After that, I want the best of the best. I just want the best of the best, David. I want the best basketball with the best competition.
I've let you guys talk way too long about Cinderella stories. I mentioned in the Davidson College Elite Eight run, which I think is kind of
your school. With your friend.
Coincidentally. Coincidentally. I forgot that I even went there, but it's just something that we should just talk about in terms of legendary runs. But you guys want to talk about Butler and all those other schools, whatever. So, Evan, I'm kind of confused here because I think what they call the tournament is March what?
Madness.
You want the March without the madness.
He wants March stagnant.
Yeah, like March meh. You want March meh. Madness.
No. What I want is, why can I not have a bunch of guys who are going to be in the NBA playing in college against each other? Like, why can I not have that?
But you generally, every year, you have that pretty much. Like, that's what happens pretty much every year. And occasionally it does not happen, which is the madness. Like, that, there was so much talk last year because it was pretty much chalk. And, yes, we got some good games, but the madness is what brings fans into it. And the beauty of the tournament, there's always some sort of equilibrium there. Like, so take the Davidson run. Davidson makes the Elite Eight, and you still get a championship of what UNC. I think Kansas was what, like, you have.
That was 08 then.
Yeah,
08. That was Kansas and
Kansas. Still in Memphis, right? And so and UNC was in the Final Four that year. Like, you still have the powerhouses and the stars. You still see those matchups, and one part of the bracket, you have the madness. I think that's the beauty of the tournament. It's not like you have George Mason versus, Miami of Ohio ever in a championship. Like, that does not happen. You have a little madness. You have a little greatness. That's why it's March Madness and not March Madness, which you were proposing.
But, David, what I'm saying is I'm okay today. I'm just not okay after tomorrow. So you guys want to see Siena beat Duke today. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so then you want to see...
I want every upset except Penn over Illinois.
Okay, so you want to see Siena beat Duke, and then you want to see Siena keep going? That's what you want?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so you'd like Siena, and it's not fair what I'm doing to Siena, but...
We love an underdog story.
That's until a certain point. Like, I don't want to see it after a certain point.
You're not going to see 16 seeds, like the one or two number one seeds are inevitably going to make it far.
That's
like
right.
That's what happens.